I am Mike, and that is Earl. Earl is our marketing manager. He
Gotcha.
does he does all the planning and uh, marketing of the properties, and I do the acquisitions, get the appointments, and all that. But he's the master. We've been doing this for 6 years, and Earl's going to tell you he's almost nationwide. Go ahead, Earl.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mike. Shalom. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
All right. Give me a moment. I just want to make sure that I am recording this so I can send you a copy of it and I want to screen share. Um, Now are you able to turn your camera on?
Uh, Give me a second. I'd have to get on my computer. I'm on my phone right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can you see it on your phone okay? No?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm seeing the Zoom window.
Give me
Okay.
a moment. Get to the right field here. Move all these unnecessary windows.
It's gone.
This is where we should be. All right, so we're talking about 2047 Belmont, Terrence, and one of my favorite places, Charlotte, Carolina. Great place.
Yeah.
How long you lived down there?
Probably since 2016.
Okay. All right. Are you born and raised in the Carolinas?
No, no. I've kind of been around. Yeah, it's I would probably say since high school I've been here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Where was home originally for you?
I was born in India and moved from there to Singapore and then to the US.
All right. Well, good for you. Good for you, man. You been a lifelong entrepreneur? Is this something you just acquired a taste for?
Um, just yeah, I'm trying to definitely do something to start something by myself, get income from other streams and stuff. So I've always wanted to do that, and I'm blessed to be able to start something here. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, before we jump into the data, because I always want to be respectful of people's time, why did you decide to take the call with Mike today? What was the situation that you're in right now?
Well, Mike was saying that um, that they could that you guys could get tenants into the property for 6 months for a furnished townhome like my own, and that's really what I'm interested in at the moment, and I want to see what you guys can do, um, and hopefully make a good profit on it, and uh, yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. I'm not really,
Awesome.
yeah, I wasn't really that, I just put my house up for rent like 7 days ago, so hasn't been
Okay.
too long. Uh,
Okay.
and yeah, so that's probably the biggest thing for me
All right. So now, is this a property that you own with someone else, or
with my
is this?
wife. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Okay. No, so, as you scale up, because I hadn't asked you how big your portfolio is. Sometimes, you can leverage yourself through, different agreements, arrangements, and it's not uncommon for someone to, have maybe a team of three other people, but collectively they own 20 properties. So that's what I was curious about. So have you ever actually lived in this property, or has this always been an investment situation?
Yeah, we're actually living in the property right now, and we're planning to move out as soon as we can find a renter.
Oh, okay. So what's the grand plan?
At the moment, we're thinking about my parents own a property, so we're gonna stay over there for a little bit, and then save some money up, and then probably figure out our next plan from there.
Okay. This sounds
Yeah.
very similar to what my son is doing in Houston. He owns a duplex house hacking. You've heard of it, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you guys are doing? You live on one side and you rent out the other?
Uh, no, this is a townhome, so we have, I guess, we don't own any other units in the area, but my parents' place is actually like further down, and it's in a different city, but it's still close enough to Charlotte where we're gonna be able to come check on the property or whatnot. But um, yeah, so
Okay.
uh, yeah, but
So,
I understand what you're saying though.
okay,
Yeah.
because I got myself confused because I know you said you're living in this place, but didn't you say you just had someone move out of it?
No.
Okay.
Nobody's moved out of it or lived in it except us so far.
Okay. I told so thank you. That's why I asked for clarity because I
Yeah,
have a
yeah, you're
ton of
good.
different conversations over the course of a week. Sometimes they can run together. I call it my senior moment. So
I know
let's kind
worries.
of let's jump into this. Although there's a bunch of information in this data deck, it's really for you to do some due diligence after we have this conversation, so that you can check our social proof. So that you can check us out online and so that you can actually take a look at some of the case studies. One of the things that Mike mentioned, we've been at this for about 6 years. We have a blueprint in over 7 states, but we typically focus on doing the big things very constant and consistent ways. I think it's because of my military background. I'm a big believer on standard operating protocols.
Uh-huh.
And those protocols allow you to do different markets, different lengths of stays, but you're using the same rules, the same guidelines. So if you have
Mm-hmm.
a similar buy box, no matter where you're operating, your operations just become super efficient.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, case studies are there for you to kind of browse through at a later point. The reviews are there for you to browse through at a later point. And so this slide is really kind of to give you an orientation of,
Well, I can't see anything.
I'm sorry, am I
Hold on.
screen sharing?
Oh my God.
I'm not seeing anything either.
Okay. Uh, I am really sorry that I said all that and you guys weren't able to see any of it.
I'm sorry I wasn't paying better attention.
Okay. Let's let's have at it now. Are we seeing anything here?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I recorded it so we don't have to go backwards. Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
So So this slide right here is just kind of designated for you to understand that the investor mindset that we typically collaborate with is the one on the right. Although when you first get starting as an investor, you're wearing many hats. In fact, you're wearing all of the hats. But as you kind of mature and you are desiring to scale up, you don't really want to, or nor do you have the bandwidth to touch every single aspect of the business, and you're really looking for leverage. So the generally speaking, the investors that collaborate with us the most, they're looking for leverage. And when we present the fact that we have corporate clients that pay up front, they honor their contract. We're sourcing all of these tenant placement opportunities. Um, we are accessing a nationwide corporate network. We're always pricing for maximum revenue. We always keep the place for sale condition because we're deep cleaning after each guest stay. Um, if something happens, like Lord forbid, it's a leaky pipe. Um, like with respect to traditional tenants, you may not find out about that leaky pipe until a $5 fix is turned into a $500 fix. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So people who work with us typically orient themselves on the right side. So out of curiosity for you, what's been like, have there been any pain points or things that have frustrated you when you think about operating this as a traditional long-term rental?
Um, not like I said, I this is gonna be like our first time renting it out. I don't know what that's gonna entail. Um, so it's gonna be something that I'm gonna be learning on the go a little bit. So yeah,
That's fair. That's fair. Because until you've done it one or two cycles, you don't know what to anticipate.
yeah,
And lucky Mike ran into you because if this makes sense to you and there's synergy, you may be able to save yourself a whole lot of worry. Because I can tell you when, as a side, before I went to the military, my dad had about 30 properties, and he was transitioning from upstate New York, where he was working at a company, back down to Carolina. And my brothers and I had seen the good, the bad, and the ugly to the
yeah.
point where my dad's uh, the eviction process in New York is a different planet. I'll just say this: as an investor, never invest in New York because you literally, in the case of the pandemic, investors literally had people in their properties 2 years or better, and they weren't collecting any rent at all, and evictions courts were no help. So back in the
Mm,
day, my dad, you know how he evicted people? He just took the door off the premises. But the point is,
yeah.
it was too much drama. It was way too, and so it took me years to shift back into the real estate bug, but just because of all of the challenges. And hopefully you can save yourself some challenges because traditional real estate investing can be a bit of a grind.
Right.
So I'll say that. All
Yeah.
right. Next slide. So typically when I think about partnering with a landlord for our corporate midterm stays, I'm thinking about the insurance community. I'm thinking about the medical community, and I can see right here if I had some people who are attached to the medical profession, I'm looking at one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, almost nine medical facilities within a 15 to 7 minute drive. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So with that, I think we're not really in the medical space at all, but um, that's definitely a clientele that I want to like definitely access because there's been quite a few um, you know uh, developments for hospitals and things like that in the area. So there's huge medical facilities that's like very close to our area. So um, that's definitely a big source of our market right now. And you know, I'm thinking about nursing rotations and medical rotations, co-ops and things like that, and people coming here for internships and jobs. So
Hmm.
we're still working with the HOA right now. I do want to get my get approval to get my leasing terms to be closer to month or at least 3 months because most of the stuff I'm seeing out there is 3 months. But
That
there
would
might
be you.
be, a lot more that
Yes.
you guys are seeing on the 6 month side for leasing terms than I am. But for furnished rentals, I feel like it's a lot. I don't know. I don't see that much on my end. So, but then again, I'm
Well,
also, I've only been doing this for about like 2 weeks or so.
2 weeks?
So,
No.
uh,
So let me ask you a question. If we were to have a tenant ready to go to put in the home, how much lead time do you need? I didn't
we
ask
could
that, but
probably figure that out within 2 weeks.
okay,
Yeah, I
minimum of 2 weeks.
mean,
Okay.
if they
All
need
right.
it to be sooner, we can. But yeah, we just need to. If we 2 weeks would be like plenty for us to kind of get things squared away
Okay.
for the tenant to move in. So.
All right. Am I missing anything? Is there anything else that would draw demand locally for a corporate tenant that I'm because I mean you know the area better than me.
Well, there's I know that there's been requests for law firms, more on the corporate side, and we're very close to uptown Charlotte. Things can get pretty expensive up there, but where we are is a very good location for somebody to find some quiet. Like ours is like more of a single family neighborhood.
Okay.
So that is a really a plus point in some ways because it's quieter. People can go out on a walk without having to worry about safety or anything. It's more of uh, a quieter and nicer kind of neighborhood that's one of the reasons why we moved over there instead of we were actually in the South End area. I don't You can see it on the map. But
Hmm.
a lot of people sometimes do also prefer South End, but they
Hmm.
don't know what it's like to live there. And we've lived
Right.
there before. And it's just, there's a rail line. There's basically everybody in their 20s moves there, and there's, parties every day. And not a great place to have rental properties there,
Hmm.
personally speaking, because it's just too much going on all the time. But a lot of young people do like that spot. I'll say that. But
Okay. No, I mean
yeah,
it's good. Listen, most of the clients that we attract when there is downtime, they sleep.
exactly. They want a quiet space.
Right, right. But I understand that NASCAR is pretty big in this area as well, right?
Yeah, there's the NASCAR Hall of Fame. I mean, yeah, it's just different things. Uptown Charlotte. They got cool stuff in the middle of the city. But yeah, I like the city. They're always doing some huge
Hmm.
changes to them and adding new stuff there. Yeah,
Okay. All right. All right. So, I guess the question is if um I haven't had a chance to kind of walk through the photos. Maybe we can do that together. A lot of times when we see photos, um, it's like a 60-30 shot that they're current. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. If you could just walk me through here and tell me what's the same and maybe what's changed. Like I'm seeing right here a camera. Is
yeah,
that still okay? Good. That's one thing we'll talk about a little bit later on about some of the technology that we would need to, have go in order for us to go.
yeah.
Um, Camera's one of them, just on the exterior doors, mind you.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We have one in the front and back. So.
Okay. So we're walking upstairs.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is the second floor, right?
Yeah,
Okay. All
is the
right.
living room.
Got it. Okay. And this is a view from the kitchen, I'm imagining.
Yeah, so it's a pretty open floor. You'll be able to see from the living room all the way to the dining area, and the dining area all the way to the living room. So
Okay. Got it.
you'll see
Okay.
probably a picture of the kitchen after this one, I think. So
Let's see.
there we
Okay.
go.
All right. So that's the island in the kitchen.
Hmm.
Okay. There we go. All right. All functional.
Hmm.
Yep. All right, nice seating area for people and maybe some guests. All right. All right. Looks like maybe like a deck area. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, so behind it is a hanging deck. you'll be able to walk out there. Enough for like two to three chairs. We've got a
Okay.
couple of chairs out there.
All
Um,
right, so some wind down time.
yeah, but there is also a rooftop terrace that's probably more of the kind of space that they might want to go and relax in. And
Oh, they would have access to both then.
yeah, yeah, this is just right off the kitchen. I like to
Okay.
use that space to kind of just get out there and just relax a little bit, but not have to kind of go up to the fourth floor. So, all right, so
Okay.
this is going up from the living room to the um, our bedrooms. So,
So right now we were on the second level. Now we're on the third level.
yes, sir. Hmm.
Okay, I got it. Mike, hope you're taking notes, man, because my senior moments can get bad. Uh, third floor is the bedrooms.
Yep.
That's fine.
So that door in the middle actually is the washer dryer.
Okay.
I haven't taken a picture of that yet, but
Okay.
it's a new unit, LG thin Q um, stacked washer dryer. So it's just a pretty good unit.
So let
10-year
me ask you
warranty on
this.
it.
So typically what we do is we like to have every 30 days our cleaning team come in.
Okay.
Um, we tell the guest is, for cleaning purposes, but it's really for us to eyes on the place, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Uh, is there a designated area that we could throw like a keyless lock on that cleaning supplies and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay, all right.
Yeah. There's actually a door in the garage that I've actually been wanting to. By the time we get a renter, I'm actually going to be switching that to a keyed lock, and the renter won't be able to, or the tenant won't be able to access it.
Okay,
I was planning to put some supplies, and I also don't want them touching the pressure to the pipes.
sure.
Uh, Changing that
Yeah.
up can burst them, so I don't want them to mess with that. So yeah,
Okay.
so you'll be able to put anything in there, and that's this is actually the second bedroom. That's
All
the
right.
guest.
Yeah. This is there's three bedrooms, right?
Yeah, so it's the third bedroom is kind of like a workspace and a it's a pull-out
Like an office?
couch and say that one time.
Okay. Okay. Is it more like an office setup?
Yeah, I have a more of an office setup. It's really up to the tenant. I mean, if they want to use it as a bedroom, we can also do that. We just it's more on the I think it's closer to a queen size, but you'll be able to see it on the picture.
Okay.
So that's the master bedroom.
I got you. Okay. Plenty of closet space.
The walk-in shower and tile space. So this is what I'm talking about. That couch can pull out into a bed.
All right. So
Uh,
are we on the fourth level now?
yeah, this is the
Okay.
last one. Yep.
Okay. All right. So we would, and this turns into a couch. So it's not like a separate room. This is more like a space.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
and there's a bathroom and a closet on in this area too.
Okay.
So that's the bathroom. I'm not sure if you'll see yeah. So the closet is actually to the right of this. I don't think I have it pictured here, but yeah.
This is the closet area right here.
No, that's the bathroom
Okay.
with a half bath.
Okay.
It's just the toilet and a sink, and then the other side of it, if you go back, so right to the right of that desk,
Hmm.
um,
Okay.
that's where the closet would be.
Okay.
I don't think I have it pictured, but yeah.
And what's in that closet?
You have that, the same. There's nothing in there that, or at least it's all the personal stuff at the moment. But I'll take all that out.
All right. Yeah, because you said something a moment ago. So like again, I'm always kind of trying to optimize the stay. So the space downstairs which that you're gonna lock so that people didn't have access to personal stuff, would it make more sense to convert a place up here into a space for the cleaner to be able to have their supplies? I'm just, you
Well,
know,
it's I'd really like for the tenant to have something to be able to store stuff away. They do have the garage. They can always put stuff there just to leave it there. We're gonna take a lot of our stuff out anyway.
okay,
Um, but I mean, I mean, I can make this a keyed lock too. It's not really a issue for me to do one or the other.
okay. Now, just for transparency, we're really hoping it's not necessarily key, but it's something that you can put a combination in, and it can be keyless because people lose keys.
That's fair.
If I can be blunt.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right, so
can
this is
definitely. Yeah,
this is
go
the
ahead.
entertainment spot right here.
Yeah,
Tons of
I
tons of
honestly
protection.
could do a couple more pictures there. We're also thinking about adding some lights out there, like little night lights,
Yeah,
waterproof and whatnot. So
yeah. I forgot what they're called. A lot of our
string lights, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, yep. You see them when you're at an outdoor restaurant kind of
Right.
situation.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the last bath. Okay, and this is
Two-car garage is tandem style, so one car has to, it's like one car at a time, kind of has to leave. That stuff on the boxes and stuff is all personal stuff that we'll take with us. The chairs will probably leave if the tenant wants to use it. And then the if you do one more click on there, you'll see the Tesla charger there.
okay.
We'll have
Oh,
that for tenants to use as well. Um,
Mike didn't tell me about the Tesla charger. I missed that.
yeah, yeah. So, and then if you go back one picture, actually, I'll show you the door that I'm talking about. So if you see to the right there, yep, right on
Mhm.
there. That's where the boiler or the electric heater is, and then the what else is it? Okay.
It would it be large enough to keep the cleaning supplies in there? I'm assuming yes, but you tell me.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. I just got a text or email.
Yours.
Um, okay. So let's see here. What were you saying again?
How big is the space? Again,
Yeah.
my brain is always, you know,
Uh, it's it's kind of hard to say, but there's probably enough for like three people to stand in there.
so I could order a bunch of supplies off of Amazon and
Yeah,
for cleaning purposes and keep them there is
you can
my
keep them
point.
there for sure.
Got you. All
Yeah.
right, got it. All right. All right, this has been super helpful. Let me kind of get into my favorite part. Um, well, actually, let's talk about the model. And then I'll get into my favorite part. So I got a couple of slides to just speak to the model. Um, my goal is not to go through each part, but I do want to just slow down enough. So if there's something that you see that catches your eyes, I can speak right to that point. So this is our slide on the full service management model.
Okay.
All right, next slide. This is our slide on the risk mitigation protocols that we have.
Yep.
All right, next slide. This is our slide on how we compare with those that are in the space that may think they're our competitors, what we do versus what others don't do.
Okay. Yeah.
Next slide. This is our slide just of why people typically who are trying to scale up and who like leverage, this is the benefit that they find working with us.
Yeah.
Next slide. All right. And these are the things that we are really, really good at that you could learn tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow, but you could learn eventually. You could learn how to determine the daily rate, how to price for seasonality, how to rate on the first page of these short-term models. How to get. You could learn that. It just takes you some time to optimize. Um, but our position is not that you can't do this without us, but it is going to cost you some time and energy to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No questions there.
No.
Okay. So let me ask this. Before we get into my favorite part, the numbers, what would you ideally like this property to produce every month?
Um, Ideally, uh, over the year, a little bit over 3,800.
Okay.
Honestly, if we're like talking about like legitimately, strong values on for my month to month, I would love to kind of see it closer to the 4,000 plus in that area. But
4,000.
I know that obviously following the market and everything, I'm trying to find where to place us to at least start it, you know.
Mhm.
Um, and so
Just,
yeah, for
just
me,
a,
I'm trying to kind of work through a couple things there. But ideally, that's kind of where I'd like to be, even if it like, I know Mike was saying something about how things can even out over time. So, I don't know how exactly that'll work out. I,
are you carrying on this asset, are you carrying a mortgage?
yeah, so I do. I have a mortgage
What's your
on the
mortgage?
asset. Right now it's 33,800. So that's one of the reasons why
1,000.
the price there.
Okay, got it. All right. So the short conversation is we don't want to be out of pocket.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be
Yeah.
nice to get there. And honestly, I have another 250 I'm not putting on there for the HOA fees, and that's also monthly. So covering a lot of it. And then obviously there's the electricity fee and all that kind of stuff. Water's covered with my HOA and valet trash and all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna be covering a lot of that myself. But I think if I can get the mortgage payment out with the rent, that'd be nice.
Okay. Understood. Gotcha. All right. So here's my opportunity to do a little bit more engaging. So when we did the underwriting for 2047 Belmont, um, our numbers tell us that this property is under optimized if it continues to operate in the long-term rental space. So we're seeing based on comps, we're not seeing 4K, but we are seeing 3,500 per month.
Hmm.
That's just based on the zip code. Okay. Now that being said, um, we looked at comparable listings in Belmont, Plaza, Midway Wood area, and they indicate that a furnished midterm placement and select shorter term stays could achieve stronger revenue levels um, without the traditional lease. And the other piece is without the wear and tear on the property. So it's a different thing when someone's occupying a place 100% of the time versus when someone's operating a place maybe 60 or 70% of the time in terms of repairs and the needed things that go into that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the objective is to evaluate whether repositioning the property within the furnished rental market could improve revenue while maintaining a professional tenant placement standard. All right. Anything jump out there before I move on?
Yeah, so just the big thing for me, I'm still not, I haven't gotten any like approvals for a shorter than 6 month term. So, that's really the biggest obstacle here for me. That's just what the HOA has on me, and I'm trying to work with the board, trying to make those conversations happen, but it's not moving yet. That's actually what the email I just got was that they can't do anything less than they won't approve anything less than 6 months.
Okay.
So, keep that in mind with what we're trying to accomplish here. So,
No,
uh,
no, thanks for the transparency, because obviously the traffic that we get, we can't predict how long their assignment is.
right, exactly.
And so if someone needs it for 90 days instead of 6 months, we're kind of handcuffed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll just take all of that with a grain of salt and move on with the analysis. All right. So, you know, our baseline is 3,500 a month. This is what we see with the midterm market, a floor of 4,500, ceiling of 5,500 or 5,400. And I put this shorter term slide in because every market is a little different for us. But what we do know is from a revenue management, say we come off a 6 month stay, and it may take us another, you know, 60 days and change to get another long-term booking. But what do we do in those 60 days? A lot of times, if we have the opportunity to get like a 3 day or 10 day, that kind of thing, we typically know that the shorter the stay, the more people are willing to pay. And so that's how we can actually give our landlord clients a little bit more of a premium in terms of what we're able to generate for them. Again, I just put that slide in there because every market is a little different. That makes sense?
yeah.
Okay. And I guess in my head when I was doing the underwriting, I didn't have the I didn't have the alert signal because you have several people like within a 5 minute radius of your property uh operating in the shorter term uh tenant uh area. So this is your place right here. And so I'm seeing all of these live comps. So they're either kind of outside of your HOA area or they may just be doing it silently on the low. I don't know.
Well,
That makes
my community is all the townhomes. So the HOA would only kind of apply to that. There's definitely a lot of homes around here that are non-HOA. So
I got
um,
you. Okay.
yeah, it's possible that that's what they're doing.
Not a worries. Not worries. Okay. All right. So here's the logic in terms of the midterm stays. Um if this is our floor and this is our ceiling, we're really talking about you getting an additional, 1,000 and change in monthly premium above and beyond where you are, 1,000 to 1,900. Okay. The shorter term, I'm not gonna spend any energy on that. Um, and like a bottom line for you as the owner, downside protection, upside potential, strategic flexibility. So furnished rentals allow the property to be repositioned into traditional leasing if the market changes. So if the market conditions change, yeah, we could pick up a long-term tenant for you. All right. But the midterms and selected short-term placements may generate revenue well above that 3,500 that's being that's across the zip code that you're in. Operators can adjust stay, length, pricing, and placement channels depending on our demand cycle. So the objective is not higher turnover, it's structured professional placement with layer protection. And what I mean by that layer of protection, this slide right here, the tenant screening, the operational controls by way of house rules, digital locks, the insurance layer by way of platform protection programs, host liability coverage, and then supplemental insurance policies. This is what our landlord partners really, really feel good about. because it's always great to talk about the money that you're going to make, but no one wants to talk about the money that you lost because something went sideways.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is the final slide I want to share with you is so we're talking about the midterm versus the long term, the delta change, looking at 300 a month, 360 360 excuse me, 3,600 annually, with the caveat of you it's all hands off. You've essentially leveraged yourself. And so this is the slide I just share for the owners. Ultimately, which option makes the best sense for you? Option A, keep your property where it is, or option B, to reposition it in terms of the furnished rental model, where, we're taking care of all the heavy lifting. So,
Right.
anything jump out for you on this slide?
No, I mean, definitely. I'm already trying to just do the furnished rental model at the moment.
Hmm.
Um, I am trying to find more of that midterm range, but I haven't had any. Again, this is only my first weekend, so I'm definitely trying to figure out where the market is for that.
Okay.
For when and where the tenants are. But it sounds like you guys have a lot of connections and stuff for bringing those professional tenants, and you've addressed a lot of the concerns. Like I was saying, I would have also wanted to have a cleaning inspection done with and want to make sure that the space is still good and usable and nothing's kind of falling apart while we're gone or while we're not able
Sure.
to be in the space. So
Yeah.
um and then
Yeah.
having the security and with the cameras, it's something I've already, like I said, I'm planning to use that for before you guys have reach out to me. So like I said, the I'm with you on the furnished model. That's what I'm trying to kind of aim for. I just
Okay.
need to find the right uh you know tenants that are going to be good for that 6 month stay.
Hmm.
um so yeah, I mean.
Yeah. So provided everything you're saying, and I'm just kind of nodding my head. I'm not sure if you've seen the screen, but that's great. Sounds like we're in alignment. So provided the numbers and the structures make sense, and you have an opportunity with your better half to do your due diligence. Um, you know, are we looking in the very near future of pulling the trigger, or how far down the road are we thinking?
Or what are
To
we talking about?
to move in this direction.
Um, I what do you mean by that? Like to move in the direction? If you can be more clear, are you talking about like just having a tenant into the house, or what do you?
to
Um,
to to transitioning to this model.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'd be good to kind of understand what other things that you guys you know have for me to obviously there's probably costs to your business and things like that I want to make sure that I'm also understanding. So
Mhm. All right, well, yeah. So that kind of brings us to the end of what I'm going to do before I turn it back over to Mike. So I'm going to invite you to review our operating agreement. It talks about our roles, expectations, how we work together. You kind of mentioned it a moment ago, and I didn't mean to gloss over it. But given the fact that you are going to be like a stone throw in the area, um, we may not need to support you as much as we support some other landlord partners who are out of the area. So we typically do a sliding scale between 35% more hands-on our end, or 20% less hands-on because the landlord partner is really right in the area. So, want you to kind of factor that in as you look at the opportunity cost, and that's all I have before I turn it back over to Mike.
so 25 to 30, you said 20 to 30% cost.
35 no, so 35 is the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
20% is the floor.
And is that like, so let's say if it's a 3,500 monthly renter, right? Is that the are you taking 35% of that, or what is that? Is that what the
No, no. So just based on what you told me, we would be at 20%, not 35.
okay.
So it would be 20% of what the tenant is paying, what we can negotiate the tenant to pay. Again, we got a range. So typically we don't want to, our sweet spot is, 20% between from the top and 20% from the bottom. We don't want to be the highest and we don't want to be the lowest.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Um
Let me go back. Yeah. Because sometimes I talk fast. So we are saying that we have this range of
mhm.
4,500 to 5,400.
Yeah,
We we
I see
we
that.
don't want to be 55 and we don't want to be 44. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
Okay. Um so it would be like, let's say it's 4,500, right? So I guess, what is that for me? Uh
80% of 45.
okay.
Let me do the
So
math
at the
for you.
low end, I'm looking at 3,600 if we do the 20%, and then on the high end, let's see, uh
80% of 54.
4,320. So yeah, so we're kind of fluctuating between 3,600 to 4,320. All right.
Hmm.
And so how long would our like I said, yeah, that's okay. So what is the, I guess,
The next
um
next step.
no, not just, yeah, sure, the next steps, but also, I'm sure there's agreements and contracts, right? So how long do you guys typically have partnerships with owners?
Yeah, no, that's a great. So we generally start with a 90-day dating period, performance period, and after the 90 days, it's really month to month.
Okay.
Right. And typically 90 days allow us to kind of get enough traffic pushing towards your space where people know that we're here and then we can redirect the traffic to your property. So it doesn't necessarily for lack of better words, it's making sure people know about you and your place. That's
Sorry.
that's what we spend a lot of time upfront doing.
Okay. So you're saying the first three months is gonna be. Could you repeat that last part? Sorry, I got caught with something else.
No worries. It's a 90-day performance period.
Okay.
And then every day after the 90 days is a month to month.
Okay. Um. So okay, yeah. This we can definitely explore that. That's not something, and when, I guess, like, during that month to month, could you explain to me what exactly, I guess, I'm tying myself to for that month, or for that 3 month, the first 3 months? Are you just saying that for the 3 months, or from the month to month, you guys are just taking care of the property, um, and let's say, like, we're in a 6 month kind of spiel, right? 6 month rental period, you know, but or something happens where we cut off month three, right? Like, what happens then? Um, you know, all those kind of questions is kind of like what I'm kind of wondering about.
Yeah, so maybe I wasn't clear. Okay. So I'm going back to this slide right here. So this is this is what we're responsible for. And so whether we're talking about 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months, this is our fear of responsibility. Okay. Now, if something structurally happens with the property, like we I had a situation in Texas 3 weeks ago where the pipes froze because it was unseasonably cold. That's when you'll get the phone call. Hey, do you want us to send out one of our people, or do you want to be a part of the process? That's when I talk about being more hands-on or more hands-off. So
Gotcha.
we always give our landlords the opportunity to be a part of the process, but generally speaking, you don't need to be. Okay. So the only thing that changes after the 90-day performance period is that we're now no longer in an agreed courtship. So say for as an example, I don't know, you need to have a friend use the place. I don't know if that's a great example, whatever. You'll tell us in advance. And so uh depending on the date and how far is out, if it doesn't, block the current guest in there, that can be a part of our conversation and negotiation.
Gotcha.
Um
So
I,
you guys are the agreement, even if I, let's say, there's a 6 month rental, you guys take care of the all 6 months that, you know, for that property.
that's
Even
right.
if we no longer have that month to month agreement, basically. I don't know what exactly that stops us from doing, if that makes sense. Um,
Well, so say, I mean, I think that the easiest way to think about it is stuff changes in life, and you wanted to take the property off the agreement. We would just have to fulfill the terms that we signed with the guest, and then we're all done.
gotcha,
So it's not like a. I guess the best way for me to position it is it's not like we're signing a yearly lease.
gotcha. Yeah. No, I think I'm there now. Yeah, that helps me kind of put it into perspective.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, so I guess yeah, so how quickly can you get a tenant into a space for, I know, 6 months? I know it's, how
No,
often
great
do you see
question.
6 months? You know,
Yeah, great question. Yeah, in terms of when can we get based on the demand that I'm seeing in the numbers, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 days, just getting your space where we can go green. You
okay,
know,
and
we
then
just we just need to get everything ready.
right. Second question, um, for this season, I guess, do you guys change prices or monthly rents, or does it stay the same for the whole 6 month rental?
Ooh, no, of course. You see, revenue management is there for a reason. People expect the rates to change in the slow season versus in the busy season.
Right, but let's say somebody signing something for a 6 month, right? Will you? Because I don't know if that's common. Because typically, anywhere that I go in apartments right now, it's like, hey, this is your monthly rate for the next 12 months, six
Right.
months, 8 months, 11 months. That's what I'm seeing. So, you
Yeah,
know,
but we're pricing for that cycle.
oh, you price for the whole cycle of 6 months.
Right.
Okay,
So if we get a request January 1, those numbers are going to look different if we got the same request in August 1.
okay,
Make sense?
yeah. So,
So they're not static numbers.
gotcha. So each month you might actually price it differently, and then but you'll give out like once one number
Hmm.
that's kind of evened out throughout the whole.
Right, like an average.
Right,
Like when
okay,
you're in school, yeah. Take 10
okay,
tests, but you got an average.
I gotcha.
Hmm.
Okay, and I guess, but And I see that you're saying it's an average, but I guess how would that pay out for me? Like, would you guys, um, like, let's say, I mean, can you tell me right now, like, what a 6 month lease would look like, or would you not know right now?
I mean, again, I wouldn't know unless I went back and did the underwriting. But based on where we are right now, you have a couple unknowns that you have addressed.
You cut down,
Uh,
Earl.
yeah. Are you able to see me?
We're able to see you. I can't. You were just cutting off on the
Okay.
audio.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so again, this is for like just for the opportunity for you to see this is how the bike moves. This is but in terms of the hard number, again, my goal is to get you tenancy. So I'm not gonna go top number, I'm not gonna go bottom number. Tenancy, 20% from the top, 20% from the bottom is kind of where we want to start with. So I'm not sure if I can be any more clear without
So it's going to be somewhere between 3,600 and 40, what?
45 was the top number.
Okay. And once he looks at the market, I mean, once he does his marketing, he'll find out what number. I mean, he'll find out what tenant he's going to get and how much the number is going to be, right, Earl?
Yeah, that's the goal.
All right.
That, that's
Well,
that's the plan.
um,
Does that
okay.
make sense, Shalom?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and I want to also understand like what, because I want to hear from you like what that looks like for payments. And so like am I how for that 20%, because we're going to try to do that 20% instead of the 35. How much am I taking on? Obviously I was planning on taking on everything anyway, but now that you guys are helping out, what are you expecting from me to like be in present with, what can I be part of, I guess? What should I be
What are
part
your
of?
Yeah,
responsibilities?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
The operating agreement will, my goal is for a lot of the questions that you're given right now are not are awesome questions, but I think they would be better framed after you had an opportunity to eyeball the operating agreement because I think that would clarify a lot for you. To be just very
Okay.
candid.
All right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you'll get a recording of what we just talked about today with all the notes and information that you'll need to answer a lot of those questions. But
Yeah, there's
basically,
I'm looking at the document right now. Uh
basically, we're going to find you a tenant within a certain range, and we're going to manage that property for you and do, you know, if you're not happy, we're not happy. Okay.
right.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, like, if we want to keep you as a client, we got to keep you happy.
Yeah, I'm looking at am I what is this is it the operations agreement?
It is. Yep.
Okay. Um
So guys, it's 3:30. I have a hard stop in about 2 minutes.
okay.
So so the goal is Mike will be basically following up with you through an email to set up a follow-up meeting. And then, by that time, I feel like you'll be able to, go through the operating agreement a little bit more thorough. And then the questions and the answers that we come back to you with should really allow you to have more clarity than maybe you do right now at first glance.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you'll have, several days to look at it before we can even get back together. You know, and then you'll know a lot more for sure. Does that make sense, Shalom?
Yeah, I'm a little confused about some of the things on this agreement, but
That's fine. That's fine. Just get all your questions together. Okay?
All right.
After you've gone through the whole thing, and then you can text me or call me or whatever. I'll help you. I'll walk you through some of the stuff. Or the best thing to do is just have another meeting. If it's after you looked at it. But whatever you want to do.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you guys.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.